It's safe to say I caught up with my tech and I reached my usual bottleneck when it comes to researching more, and that is the troop specific tier 2 tech. And I had good luck with some timings, especially when it comes to expertising a commander, which you will see later in the video. But overall, the tech is what I'm usually at, and there's nothing much I can do more to actually improve at this stage. So now we're gonna take it a bit more slow because maxing tier 2 tech is gonna take me some time. And as you can see, I bought both of those relics for Alexander and Constantine. As I mentioned in my post, I'm using Constantine in Canyon, and I'm using Alex in my lineup. And also what you can see is my armament upgrades. I had some luck with transmuting, and I got this from a dispatch, the infantry triple stat. And as for the Nevsky, I did a reroll and I got lucky. And for Scipio, I opened the inscription chest and I got the Brawler Epic inscription, so I put it there. And for Boudica, I also managed to transmute to get a double stat. And now we come to Sargon. Now, a lot of people might be maxing Huo, but in my case, I took the time to max Sargon. So good timing because the pass opened literally a couple hours before this. So I was really glad about that. And on the last 3 spins, I decided not to use the 5 spin because I wanted to save as many gems, because I think with the next border gems, which will be this week, I will get to VIP 16. Now VIP 16, it took me a year, because I remember this time around last year I was VIP 15. I just hit it, and I'm satisfied with the amount of progress I've done in a year to get to the next level, and I'm looking forward to the extra equipment, materials, and production and AP. So overall good changes, and it's always satisfying to max a commander. And I will be making a specific video talking about my choices of commanders and how much did it take and so on. So definitely stick around for that. And I didn't have to get Sargon to level 60, but I have a surplus amount of stars and XP books, and I like to make my expertise commanders level 60. Although I did make some like level 40, like Frederick for example, but even though I'll never use Sargon as a primary, I did make him level 60 because I think it feels just right. Maybe I will use him as the primary when the next infantry comes around, you never know. And I just like the completion and making everything maxed. So the talent tree that I put on is something I decided to put myself. I didn't check anything. But if I do decide to use it as primary, I will probably make some adjustments. I'll backtrack talking about the armaments. The weekly armament recycling has been rekindling my desire for the game, because unlike this maxing of a commander and things like crafting a piece of gear or refining it, it takes usually a long time to see an actual upgrade, at least in my case. But with the transmutation, if you're lucky, you can get weekly upgrades, and it results in just better march, better stats. But the amount of stones you can get per week is something I keep saying. It feels like I'm getting less and less every week. But fortunately, this week has some events that give more armaments. And with the new update along the way, we should be getting an event which I might participate for the first time ever, but that solely depends on my gems, because I do plan to spend a lot of gems when the more the gems comes, probably the 25k. And pair that up with the Alliance mobilization event so I can complete that too. Back to war. You already seen on the screen my lineup. I decided not to use any artifact for the first couple fights to see how I do. And currently we, as in 2755, is battling two kingdoms here. We're battling 1921 and 2460. And as you can see, our murder ball is pretty frightening. And as someone who hasn't really had this much of a field presence, apart from last KVK, which we're still here, is something to behold. I really like our murder ball, and we're just deleting everything along the way. And we've done this a couple of times where we just regroup behind the pass, and then we just roll in and just sweep everything. But for the most part, we've been inside the pass and held. I don't think they actually ever took the pass because our garrison is just too strong. But this was fun moving in as a unit, just completely melting everything along the way. And we're still Imperium. We did not drop yet. We did not get the chance to get much deaths. And this is my first couple hours of fighting, and it's been like 20 days in the KVK, which is crazy. And to the recording of this video, I managed to get like 2.5 million kills, and I wanted to reach the 2 billion kill points mark yesterday, but I couldn't do it. I was pretty tired, had a long day before this. But overall, I like our chances, and we're not feeling drained in any capacity. We're just getting started, and that's a good thing. Now our allies have been more focused from the opponent, but I don't think they will pose much trouble when reaching Kingsland. As for my marches performance, I think it's still early to say, but I definitely do like the Guan Sargon. Now Sargon does not really benefit in these quick duels, but I still like his debuff. And that'll be all for this video. If you guys like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.